Just found out my best friend in high school was found face down in the Target parking lot the other day. Um, he had overdosed on heroin and meth. He's alive, but by the skin of his teeth. Blew my mind. I mean, the dude's been on my heart for several months now, just because I know he's been really caught up in a lot of this stuff, and I haven't heard from him in years. I mean, I don't know if I could really expect him to want to get back in touch with me. I know if I were in his shoes, I wouldn't really want to talk to anybody that wasn't kind of doing the same thing that I was. But it straight rocked my world hearing that. I think it was just kind of a ticking time bomb. Everybody figured it was going to happen, but we were just waiting for when. And this was that when. But he went to the ICU and then went to the psych ward, and now he's staying with family out of town and kind of stepping into sobriety. So, I mean, all I can do for him at this point is just pray. But it stirred a lot of thoughts, a lot of questions. I think from my freshman year on, I've lost 24 plus friends to drugs and alcohol. And it's sad to say, but I've had to kind of numb myself to it just to cope, I guess. That's been my coping mechanism, is just hardening myself to it. I think there's only so many times you can go to a friend's funeral, especially at a younger age, and maintain your sanity. It's a lot to take in, and it makes you wonder, why me, or why not me? Why was I pulled from the gutter? Why am I not in his shoes right now? I simply can't answer that. I mean, I have experienced God's grace in my life to a degree that I can't even fathom. I mean, even having lived through it and experienced it, I can't wrap my head around it because it's just so huge. I've had a couple conversations with close friends that knew me back then, and a new friend that has kind of been down the same path, and I mean, they've all led back to God's grace in our lives and in my life, and I mean, tremendous, huge, jaw-dropping. I don't know. There's no real way to describe it. The feeling that I get whenever I think about it. There's no good adjective to describe the level or the degree of grace that's been poured out over my life, and even do any kind of justice for God. And I sit here not trying to question God's sovereignty in the lives of others, but just trying to wrap my head around His grace in my life. I don't get it. And I'm not trying to fully understand it, just willfully receive it. But it blows me away constantly, and I'm grateful for that I haven't been hardened to the point where that's not my response whenever I think about what He's done in my life. I mean, I want to be floored every time I think about where I was and where I am now and where I should be, because I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be alive. I shouldn't be blessed with the life that I have today. But that's the beauty of it, is if I got what I deserved, then, well, that's what Christ died for. So I don't know, I guess I don't know if there's any real point to this whole video blog, but other than just reflection.